Are you feeling unmotivated right now? Are you feeling overwhelmed by what's going on, the new year, new me, all of that stuff? Well, it might not be your fault. And that's what I want to talk about in this video, this podcast, why you might be feeling unmotivated, why you might be feeling overwhelmed when it comes to New Year's resolutions, achieving your goals, manifesting your dreams, all that jazz. So let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So that's what I want to talk about. Are you feeling unmotivated? I know I am, and for a good reason. And that's what we're going to unpack in this episode. So my book is coming out, Manifesting Made Basic. I decided to launch it January 13th. I thought it would be great to align it with the new year, that kind of stuff. Manifesting, transforming your life. And that's what it is about. Transforming your life, making it simple, making it basic. But I have to be honest, I'm feeling unmotivated. I'm feeling like I'm really pushing through. And, honestly too, I have to admit, I'm seeing a lot of people rise from the dead. And by that, I mean, they had gone MIA and now it's the beginning of the year and you're seeing people come back to life, especially on YouTube. They're revamping their YouTube channels. And I think it has a lot to do with it being the new year. But I think that I want to unpack this thing, the new year, the new calendar year, and how a lot of people push, especially in January, they push this thing because it is this big energy shift, I suppose you can say, when it comes to the New Year's resolutions and things like that. But I have to admit, I feel unmotivated, and I think that a lot of people lie to themselves, to be honest, with the motivation with the new year. Why do I say this? I talk a lot about on this channel manifesting your dreams and how to use energy and life. And life is a great reflection. And life is a great reflection of what we should be doing. And January is still winter. Okay. January is still winter and life has gone down, it's slowed down. You see the plants, the leaves have fallen and there's snow on the ground, at least where I'm at. And animals have migrated or are in hibernation. Life has slowed down or has ceased, not really ceased, but has slowed down quite a bit. You see it in the animals, you see it in the life, like plants, you see it in the soil, you see it everywhere. And that's how we should be. I know if I'm tapping into my intuition is saying, slow down. My intuition is saying, it's winter, stay in, rest. Rest is needed during this time. And often, if you look at history, that's what they did. They rest in the winter. You're not out in the fields cultivating a harvest or anything like that. It is a time for rest and rejuvenation, reflection, and things like that. And the fact that our new year starts in January, I find it quite interesting because one day my daughter, she asked the question, she's like, why isn't October the 8th month? And I had thought about that briefly when I was a child. I'm like, October, 8th month, December, 10th month, and these kind of things. And she's right. Why isn't it the 8th month? And why isn't December the 10th month? And all of that jazz. And so, interestingly enough, October used to be the 8th month and December used to be the 10th month. And if you look into the history of the months, the beginning of the year actually used to be the beginning of spring, which, if you think about it, actually makes a lot of sense, right? So life comes back in the spring, things start to bloom, the leaves start to come back, flowers start coming back, life comes back in the spring. And if you look at October being the 8th month, December being the 10th month, that would put the beginning of the year, if it was a 12-month calendar year, that the year actually started in the beginning of spring, right? And so why do we do this new year and we push ourselves? Because if you think about it, and I just want to share this in a way because I think that a lot of people push themselves in January and you see a lot of people fall off after 3 months, often after 3 months, especially with if you have health and fitness goals, you'll see a big uptake when it comes to the gym where people are in the gym and in the gym in January, February, and then they start to teeter off around March, like that 3 month mark. And if we look at how life is that how we should be doing it? Because if we are pushing ourselves and we're not being a reflection of what life is, we're making it harder on ourselves. Because I know, especially when springtime comes around, it's just life feels new. It feels like, yes, like it has like a new energy to it. And if we look at life and the shortest day of the year, which is the winter solstice, I think we should be a reflection of what life, Mother Earth is doing. And as the days get longer and re-energize, right, the light becomes longer. Therefore, we should be getting back in the swing of things. Our light should be re-energized as the days get longer. But we put this pressure on ourselves, especially in January. And it's still winter. The days are still pretty short. We put this pressure on ourselves to earn and achieve, and we're making things happen instead of like being in the flow of life, right? And so I share this because it's just I think it's important for us to look at, right? Why do we do these things? Why do we put this pressure on ourselves instead of being in the flow of life? And if we flow with life, life becomes a lot easier. If we're putting pressure on ourselves, that's when we start getting in our heads. We start doing, just doubt and all this stuff comes up. And then we self-sabotage ourselves. And I just want to submit to you and offer you this thing that we should be a reflection of life. We should be working with Mother Earth, the seasons, in achieving our goals, manifesting our dreams, and things like that. And if you ask me, winter, January, February, this time is just really a great time for self-reflection, setting intentions, being reflective, dreaming and feeling, and like, how do I want my year to feel? How do I want my next year to look like? These kind of things. We should be asking ourselves these questions, setting intentions. And once springtime comes back around and life and the light is starting to energize us, then we start being in the flow with life. Okay. And I just want to offer that because I see a lot of us, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I just think that we are getting in our own way. We are self-sabotaging ourselves a lot of times. And if we flow with life, if we are a reflection of life, our bodies do reflect life. If you ask me, and I don't want to get into the esoterics of it all, but we are. And so if you work with the land, if the farmer works with the land, right? Works with the seasons, works with the laws of the universe, things will be a lot easier for you. And so I just wanted to offer that with you guys. I want to go chat with my husband. He just had he did some sort of test for his business, and so he just got home. So I want to go talk with him about that. But I wanted to share this because I think it's really important for us to even consider that perhaps we are just putting a lot of pressure on ourselves and making things a lot harder than they have to be. And even with the launch of my book, I even look at that. I'm like, I'm feeling pretty motivated for it now because I want to offer, simplifying, manifesting, and actually achieving your dreams, especially at the beginning of the year, because I feel like people definitely need it. I think that if we look at things, we simplify things, we work with life, we work with the laws of the land, we work with the laws of the universe, things can be a lot more easier and basic. No pun intended, but pun intended. Manifesting made basic, shameless plug. But so I wanted to offer that, you guys. Anyways, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am recording on 2 cameras, so hopefully one of them will work out. We'll see. Anyways, that is all for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on spirituality, manifesting, feminine energy, all that jazz. And if you like that kind of thing, I think you'll like it here. So definitely subscribe, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.